with other African comedies. African comedy is a rich and diverse genre, deeply rooted in the continent's varied cultures and traditions, with each country having its own unique comedic styles. The landscape of African comedy is both colorful and multifaceted. The prominent players in this arena is Nigerian comedy, which has gained significant recognition both locally and internationally. This essay seeks to compare Nigerian comedy with other African comedies, focusing on their styles, themes, and cultural influences, while also examining how they contribute and reflect the broader African comedic landscape. Nigerian comedy has evolved from traditional forms of storytelling and performance to become a major component of the country's entertainment industry. Traditional Nigerian comedy often involved folklore, proverbs, and oral traditions, but modern Nigerian comedy has been significantly shaped by the advent of television and stand-up performances. Comedians like Basketmouth have been pivotal in popularizing stand-up comedy in Nigeria. The Nollywood film industry has also played a significant role in integrating comedy into various film genres, adding a new dimension to Nigerian humor. Styles and themes. Nigerian comedy is known for its dynamic and vibrant style. It often incorporates elements of satire, parody, and observational humor. The comedic narratives frequently revolve around social issues, everyday life, and political satire. Nigerian comedians at blending local dialects and pidgin English with standard English, creating a unique comedic language that resonates with a broad audience. A popular style within Nigerian comedy is the use of slang and humorous exaggeration. Comedians like AY and Bovi utilize elaborate and often exaggerated scenarios to highlight the absurdities of everyday life. Their routines frequently address topics such as corruption, societal norms, and personal relationships, often with a self-deprecating twist. Cultural influences. Nigerian comedy is deeply influenced by the country's diverse ethnic cultures and languages. The comedy often reflects the social and cultural dynamics of Nigeria, including issues related to tribalism, religion, and the political climate. The use of local languages and references to traditional customs creates a relatable and authentic comedic experience for Nigerian audiences. Comparisons with other African comedies. South African comedy. South African comedy, while also diverse, tends to reflect the unique historical and socio-political context of the country. Post-apartheid South African comedy often deals with themes of race, identity, and social justice. Comedians like Trevor Noah have gained international acclaim for their ability to address sensitive issues or customs and humor. Creates a relatable and authentic Noah's comedic experience for Nigerian audience. Commentaries on racial comparisons with other African comedies, providing African critical yet humorous perspective on the nation's challenges. South African comedian. South African comedy, while also diverse, tends to reflect the unique historical and socio-political context of the country landscape. Post-apartheid South African comedy often deals with themes of race, sharp identity, and social justice. The comedians like Trevor Noah have gained international acclaim for their ability to address sensitive the use of multiple languages and including creates a relatable and very Noah's comedy experience often involves commentary is also often racial comparisons with other African comedies, adding layers of South African critical yet with humorous perspective on the nation's challenges. South African Kenyan comedy. Kenyan comedy is another vibrant facet of African humour, characterised by its use of observational comedy and South African satire. Kenyans like Churchill, Daniel Ndambuki have been instrumental in popularising comedy in Kenya. The Churchill Show, a significant platform for Kenyan comedians, often features a mix of stand-up routines and skits that address everyday issues faced by Kenyans. Kenyan comedy often explores such as corruption, economic struggles and social norms, similar to Nigerian comedy. However, it tends to focus more on local and community-specific issues. The humour is frequently grounded in the everyday experiences of Kenyans, making it highly relatable to local audiences. The use of Swahili and Shang, a blend of Swahili and in comedic performances, helps to capture the local flavour and appeal. Ghanaian comedy. Ghanaian comedy, like its counterparts, draws from the rich cultural tapestry of the country. Comedians such as Funny Face have gained popularity for their ability to infuse humour into everyday situations. Ghanaian comedy often features a mix of slapstick humour and commentary, with an emphasis on jokes. Ghanaian comedians frequently use local languages and cultural references to connect with their audiences. The humour often revolves around themes of family dynamics, social expectations, and local customs. The comedic style is generally light-hearted, with a focus on creating laughter through relatable scenarios and character-driven stories. Tanzanian comedy. Tanzanian comedy, presented by comedians like Ruga Mutahaba and Joti, is known for its unique blend of traditional and contemporary comedic and humour, often incorporates storytelling, physical comedy, and musical elements. The comedic themes frequently address social issues, cultural practices, and everyday challenges faced by Tanzanians. Tanzanian comedians often use Swahili and local dialects to engage with their audiences. The humour is characterised by its playful and exaggerated approach to storytelling. This blend of traditional and modern comedic styles helps to create a distinct difference. Despite this, African comedies share common themes related to social commentary, cultural practices, and everyday life. Many African comedians use humour as a tool to address societal issues such as corruption, poverty, and social injustice. The ability to reflect on and critique social realities through comedy is a unifying feature across the continent. Differences in style. The primary differences in African comedy styles often features a fast on scenarios, while South African comedy may lean towards more subdued, introspective humour with a strong emphasis on satire. Kenyan comedy tends to be grounded. Its comedic style reflects its unique and social dynamic. Comedy's use and local South African comedies focus on racial and political issues. Kenyan comedy's blend of slap social commentary and Tanzanian comedy's integration of traditional storytelling all highlight the rich diversity within African humour. Conclusion. Comparing Nigerian comedy with other African comedies reveals a vibrant continent. Each country brings its own cultural influences, historical contexts, and comedic styles to the fore, contributing to a rich tapestry of humour that resonates with audiences both locally and globally. While Nigerian comedy is characterised by its energetic and often exaggerated style, other African comedies offer unique perspectives and approaches that reflect their own cultural and social realities. Together, these comedic traditions illustrate the power of humour as a universal language that bridges cultural divides and provides insight into the human experience across Africa. Comparing Nigerian comedy with other African comedies. African comedy is a rich and diverse genre, deeply rooted in the continent's varied cultures and traditions. Comparing Nigerian comedy with other African comedies. African comedy is a rich and diverse genre, deeply rooted in the continent's varied cultures and traditions.